You know what's better than having a bunch of free space in your garage? Getting your project car back. So if I believe the interwebs, the 1967 Mustang is about 71 inches wide. I don't think that counts the mirrors. If I measure from the thinnest point, kind of that protrusion there, all the way to the edge of the foundation, I get about 110 inches, which is actually kind of nice. That gives me, there's 71 here, and I've still got a few feet beyond that. So that should be enough room to move around it, move it from one side to the other, so I can work on either side. It'll be tighter than my last garage, but should be plenty sufficient. Okay, we're almost there. Got a few more things to find homes for. I think I've got some space up there for, well, some of the stuff. I moved all of my woodworking stuff out of the way. Still have to break down that pallet crate thing, stack that with the rest of the scrap wood up here. Don't look over there, it's gross. I need to get some of those empty boxes out of the way and clear things out. Eventually, I know I talked about this before, it might be nice to continue the shelving around, but in the meantime, got all my woodworking stuff. Again, I gotta clean this stuff up. Give me a surface, I'll clutter it up. As soon as I get the top of the table saw cleaned off and kind of displace all of those things, I plan to move the radial arm saw or chop saw on top of it. That'll get it nice and out of the way, and then find some space for the ladders here. Probably fit them right down there along the daily driver or something, or maybe even put some hooks on that wall and hang them up out of the way. That'll be nice. Okay, it's Saturday morning. I lined up a tow truck for this afternoon, and I just got a phone call from the guy saying he had a spot open up at 9:30. I'm like, kind of thought I'd have the morning to clean up, but oh well, here we go. So I just moved everything off to one side. That should be plenty of room to at least park in here, get it on the my little wheel jacks, and then I can maneuver it in place. Let's go get it. I think I might look at upgrading the casters on this car dolly, or these tire dollies, whatever you want to call these things. They were kind of perma-locked a little bit, so I was trying to roll the car and struggling greatly, especially when the wheels hit the cracks in the concrete. I wound up throwing a strap around the rear axle, being sure to avoid the brake lines, and just kind of pulled it up instead of pushing on the sheet metal. Eventually, after I slid around on my butt for a while, I eventually got it back into place. Well, look at that. 3-car garage, 1, 2, 3 cars in it. I love it. Plus, I get to see this every time I come home from work. So it's a little bit tighter than my last garage where I had 3 going straight across. But that being said, I've got a good 6 feet in front of the car, so I can move it forward and back, and I got plenty of room to walk along both sides. I didn't have, like I said, a bunch of time to clean up. I just shoved everything back here and backed the car in, but once these things are moved, I'll be able to access all 4 sides of the car, get to my tools, all of that. So I'm pretty happy with that. I should be able to make this a usable workspace and get some good work done on this car. So if you're either new to the channel, or maybe it's been a while since you've seen a video, probably because I haven't put any out in a while. I'll give you a quick rundown on the car. 1967 GT automatic, so GTA. When I first got it, it was in sorry shape. I'm not saying it's much better right now. The roof was rusted and repaired. Someone had put a sunroof in and poorly bonded it up later. The floors were fairly well rusted. The firewall and cowl were problematic, we'll say. Had, or still has, non-original engine. I still need to figure out if that's a 302 or a 255 or what. But it's a small block Ford. Originally, it had a 289. It has an FMX automatic transmission behind it, which is 1969, I think. So non-original drivetrain. Apart from the drivetrain and some sheet metal, I think most of it was actually original. The original paint was pebble beige on this car. So some of the work I've done, I'll go just front to back. Not much so far until we get to right about here. I've replaced upper and lower cowl at the same time. I did the firewall. I won't crawl under right now and show you, but I did both torque boxes. Added a torque box to the passenger side because I didn't have one. It's got a brand new Dynacorn roof that fit very well. You can't see them very well because of all the junk stored in the car, but new full floor going all the way back, new transition pan underneath all of that, and new seat back brace thingamajiggy, whatever you want to call it. So essentially all the sheet metal in the middle of the car from the cowl and firewall all the way back to there is new. I got a bunch of junk in the trunk. Yeah, it's got underneath there a new, oh yeah, and I guess a new cross piece there. It was pretty well rusted. Does have a new gas tank as well. So you can see right here, if I move this wire harness out of the way, well, it's not supposed to be like that. So I've got a new panel stored up here with all of my Mustang stuff. I've got a new fender apron panel here. I need to decide. I don't want to mess up the original VIN, so I'm either going to transfer this to the new panel or section in just what I need to. Still to be determined exactly how far down I want to take this. So that's kind of the big one. I do want to fix up, it's hard to see from this side, but this rear fender apron, is that what we're calling this? It was rusted pretty thin and I damaged it, removing the cowl little bridge piece here, and the area around where the hinge attaches could use some help. So I have another panel here, kind of same deal. I don't know if I'm replacing the whole panel yet or just sectioning in what I need. Apart from that, I do need to do someone, I won't mention names, put a nice dent right there, which I'm thrilled about. And some of the work on the tail panel, there's some pinholes there. Everything else is in good shape, so I think I've decided to just spot repair the places that are thin, maybe do some minor replacement. I don't think I want to cut out this entire panel because it's, I believe, original and mostly good, and everything fits together the way it is right now. I don't want to mess it up. So when all is said and done with the metal work, I will obviously paint it. We got some parts and primer back there, as you can tell. I don't want to go back to the original beige. That's very boring. I was considering some other colors. This blue has actually kind of grown on me. I don't know if it's being picked up quite right. I think it's Gulfstream Aqua, but it is an original, I believe, an original 67 color. And I do love the stripes. Every stripe adds 5 horsepower. So yeah, I think we're gonna keep with the color scheme of what I bought it, and I don't think anyone was trying to make it a Shelby, but they added at some point Shelby scoops. I think it's fun. I like it. I'm gonna keep those. I know most of you come here for car content. For the last year, I've been working on cabinets, probably not exactly what you signed up for, but I appreciate you sticking around. It's been a heck of a year, a lot going on in the garage and outside of the garage. I'm not done with the cabinets. I still got to wrap up that office, so it's going to be a minute before I can start working on this car again, but soon enough, we're going to get back to it.